if you're looking for a way to thank and recognize the law enforcement officers in our area who serve us every day, we have just the answer for you. We have a parade coming up, and so we brought in Sergeant Casey Slaughter and Sergeant Bart Brunsheen to tell us more about it. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Well, first just start off by telling us when the parade is and where.
Parade's going to be starts at noon on May 16th, Saturday, May 16th, at 500 North Main, which is the corner of Central and Main, right in front of the City Building. Just prior to the start of the parade at 11 o'clock, we're going to have some activities for kids, the face painting, the tattooing, popcorn being handed out courtesy of the Warren Theater, some different things, trinkets handed out courtesy of some of the other sponsors that we have. So there'll be some great events that'll happen just prior to the start of the parade, 11 o'clock.
And tell us a little bit, if you would, about how this parade got started and the official name of the parade.
Sure. We support local law enforcement community parade, or the local law enforcement community parade. The whole idea kind of started back in February. I myself was at the Greater Wichita Ministerial League, and at the end of one of the meetings, a pastor stood up and just had asked some of his parishioners wanted to know how they could thank local law enforcement, and I told them the same thing I tell everybody, which is if they see an officer and that officer isn't currently engaged in active police-related activities, a car stop, whatever, anybody can simply go up and say, hey, thank you for your service, appreciate it. At about the same time, Casey had a business owner contact him and ask about the same thing. And again, at the time, it was Mayor Brewer and City Manager Layton contacted us as a union and said, what can we do as a government to support local law enforcement? So we had all these different community leaders reaching out to us and asking, and Casey had actually had the idea that as a fraternal organization, the Fraternal Order of Police, we could do more. And the idea came about that if we actually organized a parade with the community, so it's not just law enforcement. Matter of fact, Casey can talk about it. I think we're at 43 different entrants that are community, neighborhood groups, businesses, churches.
The Shrine.
The Shriners, go ahead.
The Star Wars costuming group coming down regionally from all over the area. Should be a fun deal as well. We have the Warren Theater participating, Mel Hamilton Ford's participating. We may have a helicopter flyover, popcorn handed out like I mentioned earlier,
Bagpipes.
Ice cream, bagpipes handed out. Yeah, bagpipes not handed out, but ice cream handed out. Bagpipers playing. We're going to start the parade off with a rendition of Amazing Grace. So right in front of the Law Enforcement Memorial, you'll see that at the parade. Again, like you mentioned, multiple neighborhood associations, churches, schools, all kinds of different businesses that have chosen to participate. In fact, it's predominantly much more community-based than it is even law enforcement-based. You will see some law enforcement personnel, honor guards, mounted units, vehicles, things of that nature, but primarily you're going to see a lot more community organized.
I know you guys have been heavily involved as the organizers, but this parade really recognizes more than just the Wichita Police Department, correct?
Certainly, yeah. We're looking to recognize all law enforcement around the community and even around the surrounding areas. So you'll look to see some of the outlying counties and municipalities coming out in support of local law enforcement as well.
So people should just park along the route where they can find a spot. Is that the best advice?
Parking, hopefully we'll have availability in the City Building parking lot, the Epic Center parking lot, I'm hoping, and then anywhere along the route and on the exterior portion of the route, and just kind of wherever you can find.
Yeah, post office will be closed around that time. I think. Well, I'm not sure. I think they closed, so their parking lot. But there's a lot of parking in the area just because it's a weekend. So a lot of the spaces that would normally be filled with business activity obviously won't be in those parking lots. Should be open.
Okay. Where can people go to get more information?
Well, they can go to our Facebook page. It's Support Local Law Enforcement Wichita. There's an actual event that's been made, which is called Support Local Law Enforcement Community Parade. It's kind of a mouthful. It's an open invite. You can get on there and click on like, or you can invite all your friends as well. They can also go to ksfop5.org, which is our FOP website, and that'll link you there as well. We've done multiple different types of advertising on the radio and on TV as well, so you can see a lot of that on there. And then our flyer and our support packet are still available if people want to help hand those out and spread the word there.
Well, thank you both so much for being here, and thank you also for your service. We really, really appreciate it.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, and we will leave you with that information where you can go to learn more about the Law Enforcement Parade.